Okay, back working on this today. What I want to get done today is I want to wire it. This is still kind of temporarily wired from the last time I worked on it. The battery cables are done. I want to tie this up a little better up here, but other than that, it's done. Have your positive and negative cables. I want to put the ignition switch in it, which I have right here. It's a universal automotive ignition switch. Battery, ignition, accessory, and I think the one in the middle is the starter, if I remember right, the last time I used these. So when you turn the key, the middle one gives the power to the starter. So I'm going to put this in it, and then it's actually kind of nice because there is no ignition like feed, because it's diesel. So the only thing that I have to wire up is this wire goes to the solenoid for the starter, and this wire is the charge feed, so I can put that to the accessory position, so when the engine's running, it'll charge the battery. That should be all the wiring I have to do. Okay, I got everything all wired now. Here's your solenoid wire, zip tied it all nice. The charging wire is tucked down back there. You can see where the fuse is for it. Everything goes up, goes into there, goes to the switch. You can see there. Like I said, the battery goes to here on the switch, one labeled BAT. Ignition I actually have going to the charge wire coming off the regulator, so that it charges when the key's on, or when the engine's running only. And then the starter comes out of that post in the middle and goes out to the solenoid. So, it's not a compression stroke, but it does. See, everything works as it should. So next I'm going to try and rig up the throttle cable so this thing is self-sufficient, doesn't need me to put like vice grips and jump wires on it anymore. Okay, I just engineered a throttle setup here. So I had this throttle clamp or throttle cable clamp. It was from a Holley carburetor, and I drilled a hole through the factory throttle rod here. Like I said, from if you've been following along, this motor is from a generator, I believe, just because of how the throttle's set up. So it didn't really have any kind of cable provision. So factory throttle cable goes up here, and that's actually off. That's the point where it turns the engine off, and then it goes right to full throttle. So I thought I was going to have a problem with the stroke on the cable. I thought it wasn't going to be far enough, but it goes right to where it has to go. Goes all the way from full throttle all the way down to off, and you can hover idle like right about there, and then do a little more, turns the engine off. Choke cable now is useless. Don't really have anything to use that for. So I think where the choke was, well, actually the choke was somewhere else. Oh, there it is. If there's room there, I'll put a gauge there. I have a boost and an oil pressure gauge to put on it. So I'll see if I can cheat and use the hole and enlarge it so I don't have to just have an empty hole in the dashboard. Okay, I got everything hooked up now. I actually did check it. It does charge, so that wire works. I got the air cleaner back on. I had to touch it up. It's been sitting for so long, just being in the shop, it got kind of dinged up. Same with the hood. It fell off something, got dinged up. And I painted the grill and that thing that goes over the grill. Here we go, I'll start it up for you again. So put the throttle up, put the compression release down. Out in the yard, I don't know if you'll be able to hear me at all over this thing. It shakes like you will not imagine. I'm pretty sure it's the drive shaft is out of balance, but maybe it's the diesel. But here, let's see if we can take it for a ride. Yeah, so if you didn't hear me, that's how you turn it off. It's kind of a sweet spot between where it's idle and where it turns off. Only weird thing it's doing is the hydro unit in forward, like when you start going up hills, it starts really slowing down. I just topped it off with fluid. There was almost no fluid in it. I'm going to check it again. Maybe it used some more. And, hopefully the hydraulic unit's okay after I put all this work into this thing. But it does move, and the funny thing is it works perfectly in reverse. So it'll go up hills in reverse just fine. So there we go. Until next time, you see proof this thing actually works.